Money FM 89.3, best of breakfast. Mind your business, only on Money FM 89.3.
Good morning. Welcome to Mind Your Business with me, Audrey Seek. Now, the digital world is moving fast and businesses need to keep up. At the core of this transformation is software technology. And support like enterprise resource planning can really help businesses streamline operations, adapt quickly to market shifts, and stay competitive. But with ever-changing systems and rising costs, the big question is, are companies really getting the best value from their software support? Now, this is where Rimini Street comes in. Founded in 2005, they're shaking up the industry by helping businesses save up to 90% on total software support costs. So how exactly are they doing it? And what's next for software support in today's fast-changing world? Let's find out from Seth Raven, CEO of Rimini Street. Thanks for joining us on the show, Seth. Great to have you with us.
Great to be back on with you.
It's always great to have you on, Seth. So can we have you start with an overview of Rimini Street and what you guys do and what kind of inspired you to start this venture?
Well, I was part of the ERP development world when we started developing different ERP programs. And what I really saw was customers were spending an extraordinary amount of money in doing the annual maintenance contracts. And the profits were very high. Companies like Oracle doing 95% profit margins on maintenance, people like SAP getting about 91, 92%. And these were such high profit margins compared to what everyone else was getting in business. And I saw an opportunity to come in and offer a better service at half the price.
Wow. Yeah. So you talked about high costs there. And over the years, I'm sure you saw some big gaps in enterprise software support that you identified. Can you tell us more about these other gaps and how have they shaped Rimini Street's approach today?
Well, customers today have so many different software products. And can you imagine your Microsoft, your IBM, you've got all these different products. And customers are being asked to do upgrades, migrations, move to this product, install this new Copilot. There's so much going on. Customers can't afford to do it all. So they have to look to other ways to find ways to reduce costs and find ways to focus on innovation in their business.
Yeah. So when businesses first consider, moving to third-party software support, what's the most common misconceptions they have?
Well, they think that because someone else wrote the software, that a third party can't support it as well. And this is no different than your car. You could take your car to a local mechanic that you might think is better than the dealership. The dealership might charge you a lot more. So this is very common in the consumer world. People just didn't realize that this was available as well for these big systems from Oracle and SAP and many other big enterprise systems.
Yeah, I really like that car analogy. So every business, though, has different kind of needs, right, when it comes to IT. So how does Rimini Street assess a company's requirements when they first approach you guys? What challenges or opportunities do you typically look out for?
Well, the biggest problem is most CIOs, most CFOs are absolutely frozen right now. You've got all these companies telling them they need to spend this money. But they need to innovate. The number one problem that we're going to see around the world, you just talked about tariffs, we're going to see compression of profits. Companies are having a very hard time, from small companies to very large companies, making profit because costs keep going up. They can't sell their goods for more. And that means we have to find ways to lower costs. And they're finding it very difficult to figure out how to do that. And that's where we come in.
Yeah, so when you talk about tariffs, I also want to bring in the fact that we have seen a lot of layoffs recently in the AI space. Do you think that's going to shake things up even further?
I think you're about to watch one of the biggest disruptions to the labor market that we've ever seen. In fact, the countries in the region, Malaysia, Indonesia, even Singapore, working on understanding that there is a belief that AI, for example, AI agents, which can do the work of a human being, AI agents could do 40% of the workload that's happened out there in the working environment. If that's true, the disruption to a significant number of people and their jobs could be something that's a game changer in the world.
Yeah, so talking about, the AI-driven landscape that we're in now, enterprise resource planning is a key focus for many companies. So how should businesses rethink their ERP strategies today?
ERP really just means it's the system that runs the business. It runs the financials. It runs the manufacturing. It ships out the goods. It keeps track of the records of your contacts and your sales. Those are the big pieces. It runs payroll. And so it's important and it's mission critical because it's the backbone of what runs the business. But it's not what makes a business more competitive generally than other places. So you've got to look at the amount of money being spent in that part of the business and realize that many companies are overspending. They're paying too much for maintenance. They're spending too much keeping that software moving forward when, in fact, they need to make those investments in things like AI.
Yeah, so speaking of this cost saving that you were talking about, Rimini Street is known for delivering next-generation enterprise software support at more than 50% savings compared to vendor support programs. So can you walk us through your pricing model and how is it that you're able to make IT support both cost-effective and value-driven as well?
Well, Audrey, it's very simple. We take their current spend that they're spending with an Oracle or an SAP or a Microsoft, and we cut it in half. And that's what we do on the ERP side. And then because they don't have to do all these upgrades, we support these releases for 15 years or more instead of changing them out. It's as though someone came to you and said your car has to be changed out every 2 to 3 years when it's still good. We allow these products to run for their full lifespan. And that's why CFOs like us so much, because they want to maximize their investment and get the biggest return. And that's what we do for them.
All right. Well, we want to hear some success stories then. How have your services helped businesses improve, their operations, reduce costs, and avoid these unnecessary software migrations you were talking about?
Well, just down the street from you over at the Singapore Institute of Management, SIM uses us to extend the life of the systems that run their student administration system. So when people register for classes and they schedule classes, all the administration running the university, Rimini Street has come in, lowered their cost, extended the life of the product, and we're helping them modernize that system so that they can be the best in the region as far as universities.
All right, sounds good. And a few months ago, you guys also announced a new partnership with ServiceNow to create an integrated enterprise software model. So tell us more about this. What's the significance of this partnership and how will it help businesses kind of innovate and optimize their systems?
ServiceNow is the fastest growing software company in history. And what they're producing is this ability to take AI, which a lot of people are still having a hard time understanding. What do I do with this? But AI across the entire enterprise, and that means it sits on top of, think of a layered cake. The first layer, we change out the support, we lower your cost. The second layer, we run your systems for you. And the third layer, we put this icing across the top, and that icing is enterprise AI. So it can look into every one of these systems, learn about what's going on, and then give you information and tell you what you should do. It's really exciting, and that's what this top layer allows you to do. You don't have to do new systems in order to use it. We can put it across your existing system. And to use another analogy, it's like remodeling your house.
I really love the analogies, the cars, the cakes, and the houses. So it sounds like it's a really exciting time for you guys. What's next for Rimini Street then? Any more exciting developments or future plans you want to share with us?
Well, we continue to grow. We're thousands of people already operating in 21 countries.
Wow.
We did just announce in Malaysia and KL we're going to hire 1,000 people and open a new center in the region. And we're so happy to be serving many customers through the entire region, all the way up to Thailand and all the way down to Indonesia. And it's really exciting that we're able to grow within the region. There's so much growth, there's so much opportunity, and we hope to be a real part of the solution as people's jobs transition and technology takes us into exciting places in the future.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot to look forward to. We really appreciate your insights, Seth, on software support, how businesses can rethink their IT strategies, optimize costs, and navigate today's fast-changing digital landscape. It's been really great having you on the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be back with you. Take care.
You too. We've been speaking with Seth Raven, CEO of Rimini Street. Keep it here on Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.